I want you to think for a second, and I want you to talk to, let's say, male or female, early 30s to mid 40s. They're in corporate America. They've had successful careers, much like you've have. They've hit all the check boxes. They've lived the white picket fence lifestyle, and now they're like, "Fuck it, I want to burn down everything, and I want to step into this new world of who I am. I'm tired of the regime. I'm tired of the man. Power to the people." Right? What words of wisdom would you give them to motivate them to continue to move
I would say definitely prepare for it with a caveat. So first and foremost, prepare financially. So like have savings, have some runway, especially if you're trying to do something like me, like where I don't even know how to do this stuff. I just know this is what I want to do and I'm sick of it. I would say have some financial resources in place so that you don't take the leap and then have to jump back into something because you just can't afford financially to not have income, because that can get you pulled right back in to something that is not right for you. But life is life. There are just practical realities, especially if you're a parent. There just are. You can't not. So I would say that. Now the caveat to that would be if you're suffering. And I believe that, like, if you are in suffering, not I don't like my job, but if you are in a toxic environment, if you are like, and toxic is relative to everyone else, but whatever you define as toxic, if you are in a toxic environment, I would say leave, just leave, because the long-term consequences of the longer you stay in a toxic, it's just like I said, it's the mold. You're in there breathing in mold every day. And it takes a lot to, clean your lungs after you've been breathing in darkness.
Darkness.
for a long time. So I would say I make a caveat, because there's tons of people that won't take the leap, and they minimize the impact of being in unhealthy environments and situations. So I would say try to find mentors. And again, this is what I hope to be. Like, I hope to be an example of someone who left at the height of their career. I'm vice president of legal affairs, general counsel. I manage the board of trustees at Morehouse. I'm dealing with, I've done nothing but a straight upward shot in terms of my legal career. But I hope to be an example of the success you can have when you choose you and you take all your talent and all your stuff and then you apply it to something that is really kind of in sync with you. Because the point is, I don't see any examples of that. That's part of the reason why I want to do this, meaning you're here, you're at a point where why would you leave this? Like, why would you, like, you reach every piece of success. I want to be an example of, but you know what, me being happy and being whole and being authentic it's not that it's more important. It is more important, but you can still be successful. It's not an either or. It's not, if you want to be you, then, you're going to struggle, or you can be successful and be inauthentic. I want to kind of be an example and allow people to see my journey, frankly, which is part of the reason why I decided to kind of be more open up front, even though I don't even have a messaging person yet. I need one, by the way. I need a brand messaging person. But I was willing to still step out there because I actually wanted people to see the raw process, like the real journey of doing this, but also kind of inspire them when I blow all the way up. And this is just this big thing. It's like, oh, I just watched her do it. And she didn't know exactly, but she believed in this. She was passionate about it. And so I would tell them, just look at me, follow me on this path, because I haven't seen a lot of examples of that. So I would say, don't be homeless if you can avoid it, by having money saved and being able to have somewhat of a runway. And hopefully I can be an example of that. That's my desire.